Hey guys, so it's me, Ramaya, back with another video. So today, as you can see in the title, I'm going to be doing my face routine. No, I'm not doing this eye look. And if you guys want a tutorial on it, later on in the video you will see it a little bit more close up. So if you guys do want a tutorial on this eye makeup, then just let me know in the comments. Press that like button, let me know, let your girl know. I did this nice glowy foundation routine, and this is basically like my go-to. Every time I do foundation, this is what I do. I kind of look a little bit orange, but I'm telling you, I'm white as hell, so I don't know why I look orange. If you guys want to see how I did this, then just keep on watching. Alright, so what I do first, and I probably look cross-eyed, but alright, so what I like to do first is I like to prep my skin, and I'm pretty sure this is what everybody does and what everybody needs to do. You always need to prep your skin. So what I go in with first is my moisturizer, and this is a gel moisturizer because I have combination skin, so I don't want to be too oily, but I still want to have that moisture for my dryness. This is the Garnier SkinActive refreshing gel cream, and I just like to apply this all over my face. And sorry if I keep looking down, my mirror's right here, so that's why I'm gonna keep looking on the side. Now once that's on my face, I like to go in with a primer, and I like a primer that's very glowy and like luminous. First one that I'm gonna use is my MAC Strobe Cream, and I don't know what shade this is, but this is in the more like pearly white one, because I know there's like a golden one, and I think there's a pinkish one. I'm not sure, but I know that there's a white and a gold one, so I have the white one. I just like to put a little bit of this, literally like the tiniest bit, and I put this on everywhere except my forehead. Once I'm done with applying that and my skin is looking real glowy, excuse these pimples right here. My face is just going through it right now. Like, I hate it so much. I'm gonna use the Mercier foundation primer, Radiance. I guess it's like the Radiance primer. Now that that's done, I'm just gonna spray my face with some Badescu rose water. I'm just gonna spray this all over my face. I'm just gonna let it dry because it got on my eyeshadow, and I don't want that to mess it up, so I'm just gonna let it dry. Now that that is set and I am prepped for the actual foundation, I'm going to take my #1 foundation, like #1. I love this foundation. It is bomb. I've seen so many reviews, and I was kind of like, maybe dragging it, but no, nobody is dragging it. Everybody knows what the hell they're talking about. I'm going to be taking the NARS, like I said, the Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. This is the 16-hour wear. It's the new one. I'm just going to shake it up, and I'm going to blend that out with my Real Techniques sponge. Ain't nobody got money to be spending $20 on a beauty blender when you could get a pack of 2 $5 at Walmart, and these are just as good as those. Like, $20 for a beauty blender? $20. I'll spend $20 on anything else but a sponge. Like, whatever. That's not none of my business. Can never go wrong with some Carmex, because I just hate when people do makeup tutorials and their lips are so chapped. Now I'm just gonna pump some on the back of my hand. And if you guys are wondering, I'm in the shade Fiji. I'm white as shit, so I'm in the shade Fiji. Make sure that your beauty blenders are always clean every time you use them. I hate when people use dirty beauty blenders. Like, that's nasty. You know how many bacteria is like clings on to this? That's just nasty. Buy a new one every couple of uses too, because like, do y'all see how full coverage is on their hand? Like, come on, that is what you call a full coverage foundation. Like, it's beautiful. And I'm filming this look on Valentine's Day, so that's why my eyeshadow is like pink and stuff, because this was a Valentine's Day look. So I just switched to my Makeup Shack T40 brush, and I just want it to be a little bit more full coverage. If you want like a full coverage foundation, sis, get yourself a brush. I'm just gonna pump like a little bit, and then it just, I don't know, the beauty blender soaks up all the product, and a a brush does it. I love this brush. My go-to foundation before this one was the what's it called? What the heck is it called? The Hourglass Stick Foundation. Bomb. Once my foundation is on and looks beautiful, like when I tell y'all this foundation is bomb, this foundation is bomb, like bomb. So now I'm going to be taking my concealers, and yes, I said concealers. I like to use two different concealers, one to actually conceal and one to brighten. So the one I'm going to use to conceal is the Maybelline Fit Me concealer in the shade 20 Sand. So, and what I do with this one is I apply this one on my under eyes, but I don't put like a lot of this. And what I do with this is this is what helps the brighter concealer blend in with my foundation, because obviously the lighter concealer is like, the lighter brightening concealer is way lighter than my foundation. So this just helps everything flow together, and I only put it right there. Now for my brightening concealer, I use the Tarte Shape Tape in Light Sand. Tarte is going through it right now, but I'm not even gonna get into that. But I was really having high hopes. You done fucked up, Tarte. You done fucked up. So I'm just placing this more closer to my eye, I guess, eyeball. And then I'm placing it everywhere that I would want it to be more bright. So my chin, eye cupid's bow, the tip of my nose, the bridge of my nose, and my forehead. Now that my concealer's on, what I like to do is I like to let it sit so that way it could be more full coverage and it could set on my face a little bit longer, and it's actually easier to blend that way too. I learned this trick from like a couple different people, so I don't know exactly where I got it from, but I know a lot of people do this now. So I'm just gonna let this concealer sit and for about like a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so now that the concealer has sat on my face for a little bit, I'm going to take another Makeup Shack brush, and this is the T42, and I'm just going to use this to start the blending process under my eyes. I just like to use this to feather out the darker concealer, so that way it's like, you know, like I said, a great transition. Now I'm going to take my sponge and just blend out everywhere else. As you can see, my under eye looks really bright, but it doesn't look too bright where like you can tell the difference where my foundation and my concealer stops. So that's what I suggest, is using two different concealers, because that really helps. Now that my face is concealed and, you know, looking good, looking snazzy, you already know. Ew, my lips look crazy. Now what I'm gonna do is spray my Badescu rose water once again, just to like, I have dry skin like I said, so I just like, you know, the extra dewiness from it. So I'm just gonna spray one more time before setting my face. Now to set my face, I'm going to be taking the Mercier translucent powder, and I have some on the cap, and I'm just going to set all the places that I concealed. But first, I'm gonna make sure that I blend out all the creases. Alright, now that I put my powder in the places that needed to be powdered. If you're wondering, I put powder on my smile line so that way they're not being creased throughout the day. I don't know, it just helps with the creasing. But now what I'm going to do to set the rest of my face, and it looks like I don't have powder there, but I do. But now to set the rest of my face, I'm just going to be taking my Maybelline Fit Me powder in Matte and Poreless in the shade 230. So So I'm going to use that to set the rest of my face. And to do that, I'm going to be taking my e.l.f. powder brush. And when I tell y'all I love this brush, like, I love this brush. It's kind of dirty, but it broke and I super glued it back. That's how much I love this brush. And like every time I go to buy a new one, even though they're so cheap, I just never buy it. When I like take it out the package, I know you're not supposed to do that, but when I take it out, it doesn't feel like the same. I don't know if it's because I had it so long and it just like, it's so like firm now. I don't know what it is, but I just love this brush. Like I really do. And I'm running out of this powder. This is a great powder. It lasted me so long too. So with this, I'm just gonna tap. And I'm just going to use this to set the rest of my face, like I said. And also what I'm going to be doing is pushing that baking powder in as well. Never neglect the neck. Like, you never want to forget your neck. Now that my face is all set, I'm going to bronze and contour. So for bronzer, I like to take the Hoola Benefits bronzer. And this is in the shade... I don't know, but I think this is the... I think there's only one shade. There is only one shade. Duh. And the brush that I'm going to be using to, you know, apply my bronzer is this Wet n Wild brush that came in with the Wet n Wild holiday set. I got it for my birthday. So I'm just going to apply that everywhere that bronzer goes, basically. And if you watch my last video, you know that bronzing and contouring is literally my favorite part. Like, you just look like a whole new person. Like, I just love it. And another thing that I like about this brush is tapered at the top. So basically that means like it gets narrow. And so like it really goes in there. And like, I don't know, it's just, if you get what I'm trying to say, like it goes in there and then like since it gets shorter, it like spreads the product out. I'm also going to take this powder and bring it to my jawline and kind of run it down my neck. Now using the same powder, I'm going to contour my nose, but I'm going to be using an eyeshadow brush. So I'm using the Morphe M505, and I'm just going to contour my nose with this. I think nose contour is pretty self-explanatory. You just go straight down your nose, and that's basically it. But you don't want to go too harsh, so that's why I'm tapping off the excess. You want to use a very light hand. Like, I think I put too much. Another trick is to bring it up into your eyeshadow. That really helps with like making it look more natural. I'm just going to keep blending this out. I'm also going to take the same powder and put it under my lip just to make it seem like I have fuller lips. Now, once that I'm all contoured, I'm going to take my Laura Mercier translucent powder just to clean up under the contour and on the sides of my nose. Now that my face is baking, what I'm going to do is just put some eyebrow gel on my eyebrows now that all the powder's gone and they're looking a little ashy. So I'm just going to bring them back to life with my eyebrow gel. And for that, I take the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Brunette. And I just, you know, like to just run this through my brows. And I also have a mirror up here too. So if you see me looking up, alright, now while my face is baking, I'm just going to finish up my lower lash line and I'll be right back. Alright, now that my lower lash line is done, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tap away the bake. And what I like to do is just go over my nose contour just to bring it down a little bit because it might be a little too harsh. Now what I'm going to do is go in with highlighter. But before that, I'm going to spray my face with the Mario Badescu Rose Water Spray one more time just to lock in all these powders. Now for highlighter, I like to mix two highlighters. I like to mix the Laura Geller Gilded Honey bomb.com. So I like to mix this highlighter with my Fenty Beauty highlighter in Hustler Baby. Also bomb. And for my highlight, I like to use the Wet n Wild highlight brush, and this came in the same brush set as the other one, so in the holiday brush set. And I like to spray this with some Mario Badescu spray. I use a lot of this. Like, do you see that? Beautiful. Just like, you cannot go wrong with these highlights. Like, ooh. What I like to do is bring it to my temples. So For the bridge of my nose, I just take this e.l.f. little brush. I don't know what it is. And I just take both highlighters and I just put it on the tip of my nose. This is probably my favorite part to highlight. And also just right here. I don't like to bring it down all the way, but I do like to have some type of highlight on my bridge. And I'll also use this for my inner corners. I think these highlighters go perfect with this look because like I have my gold here, but Fenty Beauty highlight has like a pink kind of like tone to it. Like you can kind of see it, so it ties in with like the rose gold that I have going on. Now I'm just gonna take Hustler Baby and put that on my brow bone, like I said, because it ties in with the look the best. And I'm just using any flat eyeshadow brush. Now that my highlight is done, I'm just going to add blush just to add a little bit of color to my face. So the blush that I use is the Tarte blush in Parday, and I got this for my birthday. It was like from Ulta, you know, you get like a little birthday gift or whatever. So I got this blush and it looks like this. You can't really see it, but I'm not really into blushes, but I really like this blush. It's kind of pink, kind of mauve. It's more of like the neutral side, so it's not too noticeable, but it is still there. Like, you get what I'm trying to say? That's what this blush is. And for my blush, I just use this cute little unicorn brush that my sister got me for Christmas. So this is very pigmented. Like, if you can see, that is pigmented. So you just make sure you tap off the excess. And I just like to put this on the apples of my cheeks and bring it in to blend in the highlight with my contour. I also like to put this right here. I don't know, I don't know why I do that, but it just makes a difference. So now once my face is done, this is basically it. I just have to do my lips, but I'm just going to spray my face with the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1 Replenishing Primer and Setting Spray. I'm just going to set my entire face with it. For lips, I'm not sure if I want to do a nude because yeah, I know how I feel about my nudes, or should I do like a pink? So I'm just going to take my MAC lipstick in Heroine. This is matte, by the way. And y'all know, like I said in my last video, I love me some nudes. But when it's time to do color, MAC Heroine, the bomb. This is a beauty. Like, this color is so pretty. Like, this is one color that I really like. And it ties in with like the little bit of purple that I got going on. So I'm just going to put this on my lips. Alright, yeah, y'all know how to fix my hair, lay the edges, you already know. So that is the end of my makeup routine. I hope you guys like it. You know, this cute glowy makeup routine. Like I said, if you want a in-depth tutorial on this eyeshadow look, again, I'll come a little bit closer. Yes, poppin'. This Valentine's Day look, even though Valentine's Day is gonna be over by the time you guys see this, but if you do want to see this look, just let me know down below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next one.